Hello and welcome back to another episode of Datt Footy Pod with myself, Matthew, and of course Dan Bailey. How are we?
Yes, good. Thank you very much.
Of course, we well, not of course, but we sometimes have him, Mr. Tomos Hewson.
Hello. Maybe next time we can wear something different.
He's not related to Dean Hewson. It's different spelling, okay? He's not the Real Madrid cousin.
Yeah, I wish I was on his contract.
We apologise for the long overdue wait for the episode, but a bit of confusion. I thought Dan was doing the episode, so I was, blaming Dan for it. But it was actually my episode to do. So we're back after about 6 months. Obviously, there's a lot to talk about. Liverpool won the Premier League. Who cares? Whatever. So what we're going to do in this episode, I guess, we will talk about the Premier League transfers, ins and outs throughout the summer, and potential links. Talk a little bit about the Women's Euros. We'll give a nice little shout out to the Welsh since we are here in Cardiff. I'll talk a little bit about Middlesbrough because, Borough mad. And you can obviously talk about Wrexham and Man United as well. But let's kick things off. So I'm just going to jump straight into it. We will go through each team and dissect links and transfers.
Let's do it.
Yeah, sounds good.
So let's start off with Arsenal. We'll do it in alphabetical order. First one I want to mention, Zubamendi from Real Sociedad. What are our thoughts on that?
Well, he's got rave reviews. Can't say I've seen him play too much, but he's got really, really good reviews. Came on in the Euros final for Rodri.
Against England.
Yes, he did.
Against England, that was it, of course.
I remember him.
When Spain won.
I can't say I've seen him a lot, but from what I have seen, he's decent. But
well, he's come with a big price tag, so he must be decent.
51 million. So he and Marino both came from Sociedad. Arsenal tried to sign him at the same time, but that was like their agreement that they wouldn't let both go at the same time.
Right, okay.
And didn't Zubamendi turn down Liverpool?
Yes, so this was also last season. I think Liverpool tried to sign him. Good sign. To be fair, I think Arsenal probably need it. They've had Jorginho's gone to Flamengo.
Yeah, he's left on a free, isn't he?
Zubamendi is a central midfield player that might fill a gap.
He will. Yeah, he's probably what they need.
Yeah,
and then they're also being linked with Norgard from Brentford.
Yeah,
he has signed.
He has?
Yeah, I got a here we go yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Fabrizio has confirmed that, has he?
Yeah.
So they're clearly getting in midfielders. That's the plan.
I'm not sure what to think about this Norgard signing, though. Really?
No, I think he's okay for Brentford.
He's okay, but like, is it a...
He's a depth signing, isn't he?
A Premier League win? Well,
he's a depth signing.
So who goes in centre mid then for them? Zubamendi and
Moreno.
Odegaard as well, maybe.
Rice.
In front. Oh, yeah, Rice, of course.
Oh, Declan Rice is still there, yeah.
Obviously, I want to talk about the big links as well with Gyökeres from Sporting Lisbon.
He's strongly rumoured.
Heavily rumoured. And I think Arsenal, well, we've been saying it for years, Arsenal do need a striker.
Yeah, he's exactly what they need.
Yeah.
It's linked with Man United as well.
And Sesko is too expensive, apparently, so Gyökeres seems like the one.
But they need something up top, don't they, to to the next level? Because
Havertz isn't really the answer, is he?
Injury prone, so
They've been linked with every striker under the sun, I think. But it looks like this one might be
Harry Kane
actually happening.
So I think a good one to talk about for Arsenal. I think it's a good bit of business to sign Kepa, and I know he's not going to play week in week out. But he was really good at Bournemouth, I think, last year.
Yeah, he did really well last season, didn't he? Yeah.
But maybe that's the downfall for him because he really should be playing it as a first choice goalkeeper, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And he's not going to get that at Arsenal.
No, he will be back up to Ryan.
Yeah. Ryan has been absolutely fantastic, hasn't he? So.
Okay, moving on. Tom will go on to your beloved Aston Villa. I know he's got a Wrexham shirt on, but he's also...
Can't wear two tops at once, can you,
No,
Tom?
Exactly, yeah. People call me a glory supporter.
Do you want to lead this? Do you want to lead this, or do you want me to reel a few of them off?
To be honest, Matthew, from what I've seen and heard, we haven't really done much business, to be honest. Obviously, we're in a little bit of financial restraints, shall we say, under investigation for PSR breaches, even though we made more money than ever last year at Villa. So far we've signed Zakino Redmond, is it?
Yeah, from
Zakino
Feyenoord.
Redmond?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I don't know much about him, to be
Young
honest.
Dutch striker on a free, and then we've also signed a young Turkish centre half. I think we kind of agreed that last summer, but then he's actually signed this summer. So yeah, not a lot going on, to be honest, at Villa. Quite a few going out. Obviously, all the loan boys.
Yeah, so
Rashford.
that's what we got. Obviously, Disasse's went back to
Disasse's come
Chelsea.
back.
I don't know what you thought of his time at
He was
Villa.
okay. Yeah, he didn't really do a lot, to be honest.
And then one, I think we've spoken off air about this. Didn't realise he was still at the club. Coutinho,
Yeah, so he's gone properly.
Vasquez da
That's
Gama, I think.
yeah, a lot of wages off the bill, to be honest.
Yeah, I imagine his
That's
wage
the
was
big one.
massive.
And then obviously Asensio and Rashford have gone back to their clubs. There's talk of Asensio being a permanent, but again, I think that'll be a wages issue. Obviously, Rashford's probably going to go to Barcelona. That's the biggest links at the moment.
I hope he just leaves.
It's the
Yeah,
wages that are going to be an issue.
Yeah,
for him,
he'd
isn't
have
it?
to cut his wages a lot. But yeah, not a lot going on at Villa. Like I said, I read this morning that we're being linked with Ferran Torres from
That's
Barca.
exactly what I was just checking. Yeah.
That's the only real rumour that's
Well, there's
come for Villa. But
there's the strong rumours of Watkins wanting out as well.
yeah,
Possibly
possibly.
United, possibly Arsenal.
Yeah, I mean, again, Man United have been linked with half our squad. They were going to sign Emi Martinez last week.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
all
that's gone
Watkins, so
quiet.
Why
It'd be
would you want
interesting to see
go
what
Man
happens.
United?
Yeah.
I don't know why he would.
From
I'm not just
Villa.
saying this because Dan's here. Like,
Yeah. In terms of European football again with Villa.
Mickey Mouse Cup.
16th. Yeah, well, they're all Mickey Mouse Cups till you win them, aren't they? Every cup was a Mickey Mouse Cup to Man United 20 years ago. But yeah, I think it'd be interesting to see what happens with Watkins. I don't think he will leave. I think we'll keep them, and I think that's why we're still under investigation for this financial breach, because the reports were we'd have to sell a big player to, earn back a lot of money that we're potentially not making. But like I said, again, we've spoken about this off air. I don't understand how we can have our most profitable year ever in terms of being in the Champions League and selling John Duran for 75 million,
Well,
but then we're
speaking
not
of,
allowed to sign anyone.
He's gone to Fenerbahce as well, which is an odd one
isn't
for
it?
me.
Very strange, but he's
El Nassr
got
for
a massive move.
6 months.
Yeah.
so much money
A lot.
6 months ago, and then he's on loan to Turkey.
Maybe he didn't get on with Ronaldo.
Or maybe
Very
he just,
strange.
Maybe he just, didn't like the intensity of the league or whatever. Although Ronaldo says it's one of the top 5 leagues, apparently.
Especially when you're 40.
Yeah,
Um,
and you would say that when you've got
yeah.
certain contractual obligations, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You got Coutinho off the books, though.
Yeah, we did mention that, Dan. That's a big chunk of wages gone, I think.
How much
so
was
that,
he on
that'll
at
probably help.
Villa? It's gotta be
Reportedly
200
about
grand or something.
250 grand, and he hasn't played for us for 2 years. So
Exactly,
again,
yeah.
that
So it's a
kinda
big one
shows
to
you
get off the books.
Shows you the situation in terms of financial irregularities and financial fair play. If you've got a player on that
We'll
much money,
speak
that's not
about
playing.
FFP for some other teams.
He was a Gerrard
Definitely.
purchase, wasn't he?
Yeah, so he came in with on loan when Steven Gerrard was there, knew him from Liverpool.
Yeah.
Signed him permanently, and then obviously Gerrard got the sack anyway because he was rubbish. So that's why he's just kind of hung around, but also not really played. Obviously not in Unai Emery's plans.
Okay, we will move on for Villa because I'm sure, Tom, you'll be able to talk about them for a while.
Yeah,
but,
I could talk about him forever, mate, obviously. Yeah.
We'll go on to Bournemouth now. So they've had quite a lot of money in sales. Notably, Dean Huijsen, your cousin, going to Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Big
Big move for him.
Massive move. I mean, he was
He's
actually
only 20,
Juventus
21,
beforehand, wasn't he? Then
Yeah.
he came
Really young
to
player.
Bournemouth. And don't get me wrong, he does look really good, but 50 million, I don't know, is that a risk for someone his age? I don't know.
He's been playing. I think he got sent off for Madrid in the Club World Cup as well.
Did you see that clip of him reacting to Rudiger's antics?
No.
I think he just thought, Jesus Christ, this man is crazy. When he's doing like a backflip off the floor or something. But yeah. They got what, 50 million for him?
Yeah.
Good bit of business.
Liverpool as well bought Kirkes, 40 million.
Again, good bit of business from Bournemouth. They're making loads of money.
They sold someone else as well, 10 million, I think it was. So they've got 100 million in sales.
They've got to get those players replaced.
Yeah,
because
because Kirkes last year was brilliant as well.
Yeah.
Got one of the top assists, I think, in the league.
And I'd seen from a Welsh perspective, I've heard rumour that they're maybe going to sell David Brooks. A lot of teams in the Championship are looking at David Brooks as well.
Oh,
So
I
that's
think he's
another
better than Championship.
Yeah, but I think he's a young
I could see
player
him
as
in the
well.
Championship.
There's a lot of reports with different Championship teams. So
Maybe the new teams that have come up could look at him.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, obviously he's fantastic for Wales. He's always been good for Wales, but could be another good bit of money for Bournemouth. To be honest, they seem to be making a lot of smart moves to me.
Yeah,
Bournemouth at the moment kind of remind me a bit of like Brighton. They seem to like develop these players and then sell them on for massive money.
Yeah,
that's the way to do it, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
Well, on the subject of Brighton,
Bournemouth have actually brought in someone, a true fair. He's called 14 million from Rennes
Yeah.
in the French league, but I don't
defender?
know.
Yeah, left back
full
instead of Kirkes.
But time will tell whether he's any decent or not. Let's move on to Brentford, shall we?
Sorry, Matthew, my alphabet's...
Yeah, he's stickler with the rules.
He's a Brentford.
Stickler with the rules.
Sorry, Brentford before Brighton. No, Matthew did say alphabetical order.
So I'll talk firstly about, this one surprised me a little bit, Flecken going to buy Leverkusen again because he was fantastic. In goals
very good
last
player,
season.
very good goalkeeper.
But then to counteract that, they've also brought in Kelleher from Liverpool, which I think he's also deserved his opportunity to play first team football.
Yeah, I think it's about time, isn't it, for him?
Yeah, he's a very good goalkeeper, isn't he?
He stepped in well, when Alisson's been injured or whatever. So yeah,
it's probably a good move for him, really, in terms of getting a first choice move at that.
Lots of movement at Brentford, though, isn't there, with managers and.
Oh yeah, of course. Which I mentioned, Thomas Frank's gone to Spurs, and Keith Andrew is not.
Keith Andrew's the new head coach, I think.
Yeah,
I keep forgetting that Thomas Frank's left Brentford.
Yeah,
I was just thinking him as Brentford manager.
Yeah, Gollum's gone to Tottenham.
You just think, you think he would be there forever, wouldn't you? Like. He's been there.
Part of the furniture, really, bless him.
Yeah.
He's done a cracking job. He's brought him from the Championship after Dean Smith left.
Yeah, moved to Villa, yeah.
And then he's just, he's in. They got a new stadium out of all that money that they kind of developed through him. So the fact that what he's done for that club, it's fantastic. And he does. I mean, now Tottenham have got that thing off the back. I think if he doesn't, finish in 17th, but still winning a trophy, I think. That's what that kind of monkey's off their back now. I think next season, if he gets a sort of top 8 finish, he'll be all right.
It's a good move for him, given they're in the Champions League.
Yeah,
because they won the Europa League. I think it's good for Thomas Frank, really, in terms of developing his career as the manager.
Be interesting to see though what Tottenham do now. Do they just sign a lot of ex-Brentford boys? Or...
Yeah, I think they have signed a few players, haven't they? We'll obviously come on to them.
Yeah. Notable one. I just wanted to give a shout out. Actually, Ben Mee has been released as well from Brentford, and he was very pivotal, I think, to their promotion and success and the early years in the Premier League.
Yeah, because he coached as well, didn't he?
Yeah,
he did a bit of coaching for them.
He was wasn't he at Burnley as well?
Yeah, well, he when Sean Dyche was sacked, Ben Mee stepped in as assistant coach.
Yeah,
when is it Michael Jackson took charge for those last few games?
Michael Jackson?
Genuinely, I think it's Michael Jackson.
I thought he was a Fulham
fan. We're here every week. Well, every 6 months, actually. Let's move on then to Brighton. I don't think they've signed too many. I know they got that De Kuiper, which Tom, we were talking off air about.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping Aston Villa would go for him.
Yeah.
He was very good against Villa in the Champions League for Club Bruges last year, Belgium international. He looked very good, so I think that's a really good signing for Brighton.
Not too much money as well, only 17 million.
They bought a young 18-year-old striker, I think, from South America, I think.
Right.
18-year-old. I could be wrong. But yeah, they've definitely bought a new striker, which is probably why they let João Pedro go for that massive amount of money.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge fee, that. And
he scored 2 goals last night, though.
He did, and I can't take it away. I don't know if you've seen them. They were absolute crackers.
Right,
Both goals were worldies, and I was like, okay, fair enough, because when that transfer happened, I thought he's not worth that money.
No, I agreed. I've read somewhere because of them getting to the final, they make about 30 mil. So like João Pedro's transfer fee has now been, his 2 goals have been like recuperated nearly half his transfer.
Is it off? That's crazy.
Because of his 2 goals.
Yeah, so it's something like for getting to the semis, they got about 60 million or something, and then if they win it, they get 100 million.
Yeah,
that's outrageous.
Chelsea, why? I just not sure why they're in there. I know you've got in the sort of, we're going to talk about that later, but
well, yeah, we might touch on the Club World Cup. I'm not sure like why it's even happening.
Yeah,
it seems like
just
a
single
minute.
Minute,
it's a cash cow.
I've not seen a single minute of it, to be honest.
And then other notable transfers, they've signed Chris Watson from Sunderland, 10 million, young lads.
Yeah, he scored the winner in the playoff final, I think
so, didn't he?
He was that local boy from Sunderland. And then...
so that might be an astute signing. And then also got Beadle, who played in goal for England under 21s, obviously who just won the tournament as well.
Yeah.
They've sent him out back on loan to Birmingham. Actually, I don't know if it's back on loan. He was at someone else last season. Was it Chef Wednesday?
Yeah.
Anyway, Beadle has now went to Birmingham, and obviously Birmingham have been promoted.
Yeah,
so.
And I think Birmingham have spent even more money this year, haven't they, so far? So they're in business.
Only Chelsea that have spent more of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll move on to one of the newly promoted teams, Burnley.
Scotty Parker
signed a lot of
Scotty
players,
P.
Yeah, so they got.
I think some of them are already on loan and they've made them permanent.
Yeah. So that was
Marcus Edwards is one man from Lisbon,
Sporting Lisbon,
and that Jaden Anthony.
Yeah, Jaden Anthony, 10 million as well from Burnley. Not from Burnley. Where did he come from?
Bournemouth.
Yeah, that was it. One sign which kind of surprised me a little bit, Kyle Walker.
Yeah, from AC Milan to kind of Burnley for
I don't
5
think
mil.
he'll be a bad player for Burnley.
No, God, no.
I know he was
exactly what they need.
He was, kind of a bit out of sorts for City in the end, but City are like
I think that's because of his age. I think it's because of his age.
But I think in a team like Burnley,
the experience
he'll be amazing.
Yeah.
I thought he might have gone to a Brentford or something like that, but to Burnley, I think.
They've also brought in that Twanzebe, which you used to have at United.
Yeah. Axel Twanzebe. Famous Mourinho joke, isn't it? When all the defenders when Mourinho was the manager at United, all the defenders were injured, and he said him and Twanzebe would have to play centre back in the next game.
I mean, again, that's good for experience.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was.
Yeah, he was at Ipswich last year.
Yeah,
knows what Premier League's all about.
Well, he's played at United, so he's got to be a good player.
Yeah, and Villa.
Well.
And Villa, yeah.
Burnley have also released John Joe Shelby, Nathan Redmond as well. But I don't know whether they'd have been quite the level anyway.
No,
I'm not sure
they did the job they needed to do. I think.
Quality, really.
Then they'll both get new jobs.
So let's move on to the team kind of on everyone's lips, Chelsea. We all know they seem to just pluck money out of thin air and seem to get away with FFP.
It's also very, very handy they're in the Club World Cup to get all this finance.
Well, yeah, I mean, just think
very
handy.
This
far,
without sounding cynical.
Like American owners, and it's set in America, Yeah.
And they're in a lot of, supposedly in a lot of PSR breaches, same as Aston Villa.
Yeah.
But then, given that Villa aren't signing anyone, Chelsea
are signing 60 million João Pedro.
Last season as well, they had about 46 players registered.
Yeah, I read today
That's insane.
Like the gym was packed; they couldn't get all the players. In the gym.
I read today that they have spent since Todd Bowley came in £600 million on attacking players.
That just on attacking.
Just
players.
like strikers and
really,
and
if you think about it, say take out Cole Palmer. Who else is any really quality out there?
None of them have done anything. Really.
Like Nicholas Jackson has flashes, doesn't he? Shows a bit of
they
class,
all have
but
flashes, but
there's no real consistent.
Like Cole Palmer's the only one that's really been consistent. And even then, last season he had a bit of a dip. So.
They've had to pay to send Jadon Sancho back. Do you know what I mean? All that money.
They paid to send him back to Man United.
Well, there's a couple of players, but before I go into their signings, you got their link to Mike Maignan from Milan.
Yeah.
Because we all know Chelsea need a goalkeeper. Sanchez just isn't good enough.
They had that Jorgensen as well, was it? He played okay, but
their Petrovic, I think, is left now.
Well, I think they had 7 goalkeepers. They had
7 goalkeepers on the books.
How can you keep 7 goalkeepers?
And Robert Sanchez is your number 1.
Yeah, that's the worst bit about it, isn't it?
Much money.
He's just full of errors, isn't he?
When you've got Kepa out on loan,
so I think if they got Mike Maignan on, that would make a bit of a difference. But we thought that about Onana with United, and look at that. Raheem Sterling, obviously, he's back at Chelsea.
He's back at Chelsea.
At Arsenal.
Ben Chilwell, was he on loan to Crystal Palace, or they buy him? Is it Ben Chilwell back in the building at Stamford Bridge?
On loan.
Yeah, I think he was on loan, wasn't he?
Yeah, so Ben Chilwell will be back in.
He'll be back there, yeah.
Then you've got players like Nkunku who are misfiring or not delivering.
Yeah, he's linked.
So
Bayern, I think.
I could see him going away. And then we look at who Chelsea have signed. They've got Esteval from Palmeiras, 29 million. Delap, 30 million from Ipswich. Don't get wrong, good player. 30 million is probably about right, I guess, for him.
Yeah, it's a fair fee, but given that they've already signed somebody else for 30 million.
Yeah, and then you've got João Pedro.
That's 90 million on 2 strikers.
Yeah, plus the 60 million on João Pedro.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, are any of these players actually going to be like the leading man though up top? Because if you think you've got João Pedro, Delap, and Jackson, all fighting for one spot.
Yeah, it's just.
And Kunku's got to go.
How do you keep all those players happy as well? Like, with that many players.
I don't think any of them are good enough to be Chelsea's leading man. I don't know. Maybe João Pedro is now.
I'd like to see Liam Delap given a run.
Yeah,
I think he should be given a chance. He's not old, is he? So.
Because I think Delap's quite different to most strikers as well. He's like
very powerful,
old-fashioned.
Yeah.
So they've got Gittins as well, haven't they?
They've just bought Gittins.
Yeah, how much was he? Like
he's more of a winger though, isn't he?
51 million.
£50 million on an attacking player.
It's just like they just got how much do you want?
It's like
FIFA in real life, isn't it? It just sounds like they don't sign it like ask Maresca what he wants. Todd Boehly and his team just go, well, we want that player because we can make money off that player and we can make money off that player.
Yeah, it's like Football Manager, but in real life.
Yes, it is. Yeah,
signing people for fun.
I think though, like, I mean, I know you two both kind of admitted that you haven't watched too much of the Club World Cup, but from what I've seen of the Brazilian teams in particular, Thiago Silva, like, I know Chelsea got rid of him because he was old or whatever, but he's still such a leader, and I think that's what Chelsea are lacking, someone like him.
Yeah, almost too many young players.
Yeah, and there's too many players, and if half the squad are kind of on their way out, you know, how do you have any cohesion, you know?
Yeah, you need that experience and youth, don't you, really?
Yeah.
You need to find that balance, so it's almost like Chelsea are now just signing young players. So they'll be inconsistent, that's what you get with a squad full of young players.
Yeah, and Enzo Fernandez is their club captain, isn't he? And he was like done for racism.
Yeah, I think we could probably do another podcast just on Enzo Fernandez, probably. But
speeding ticket internationally.
There's no real. He got caught speeding internationally of all places. Trying to get out.
Shout out to the armpit of Wales.
So we will move on from Chelsea because again,
I can't talk about them too much because I hate them.
Time.
No, I'm joking.
But let's move on to Crystal Palace. To be honest, they've had a very relatively quiet window, I think.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of up in the air at the moment. I don't think they know where they stand because of the whole Europa League thing.
Out of the,
if you don't know, it's because the guy who owns what's his name? The guy who co-owns
Texor, is it?
Texor, yeah. He also co-owns Lyon. But Lyon are currently in a financial state where they could get relegated to League Two.
Yes.
So they're appealing it. If the appeal becomes
League Deux, I think.
League Deux, sorry. Yeah, he's the more travelled of the three of us. If they appeal it and they're successful, then because of its co-ownership, the Crystal Palace might not get in.
Yeah, which
to
I
Europa
think
League.
would be harsh considering, like, you know.
See, the rule is that you can't own two clubs that are in the same competition.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, but I have read that Texor has dropped his got left Lyon, so Palace can go in, but there's still no confirmation from UEFA about what I think they're probably waiting on the appeal from
maybe that's why they're not doing
French
too
League.
Much transfer business.
Yeah, I think
they don't know what kind of cash they need at the moment.
Yeah, because the only ones that I've read that are really anything to note, really, you got Jeffrey Schlupp, who has been around the Premier League for a bit now with
legend there, isn't
he? Bit of a prem man, isn't he?
And then also Ward has left as well.
Yeah, he retired, didn't he? He was their club captain. He was there for a very long time.
He's a big player for Palace, he was.
So not much to say on Palace, unfortunately. We'll move on to Everton. Again, I don't think Everton have done massive amounts in the market.
So they've signed this. What's his name? Plays for Southampton. Alcaraz, is it? That midfielder.
But he's on loan.
On loan, but they've signed him permanent deal. And also, I think he's having a medical stay. From what I'm not some sort of sports journalism, but for what I've read, is that this Barry striker from Villarreal.
Oh, not Gareth Barry.
No,
not Louis Barry.
No, he's a big, tall striker, and he's coming from Villarreal, and he is going to cost about, from what I've read, it's in the region of 24 to 29 mil, something like that.
Right, yeah.
I mean, they had quite a lot of older players at Everton, didn't they? So I think they've let quite a few go.
Well, this is the thing. So basically on my list, it's just people that are leaving. So you got Ashley Young, or Ashley Old, shall we say. Decore, I think that's quite a big one to lose because he was
a good player for them.
He's that good. He's kept him up, didn't he? That goal against Bournemouth.
Brozier just went back to Chelsea. I mean, he didn't set the world alight there, I guess, but he was okay. Neil Maupay.
Yeah, well, he was never coming back, was he? After all the stuff he said on Twitter.
Dominic Calvert-Lewin's been confirmed.
He is
gone as well.
He's gone. Yeah,
so they are letting quite a lot of players go.
Jack Harrison's not going to be renewed.
He's gone back to Leeds. So.
Yeah, Moisey got their brand new stadium, Everton.
Everton, I think need to make
Moisey's,
really.
Is it Frederickin? They need to put their hands in their pocket.
Yeah.
And Moisey's got a big job in his hands, I think.
Definitely.
They've done really well. They've re-signed Branthwaite and Adrissagana Gay to new contracts.
Yeah.
So that's really good. Branthwaite's huge for them, with Tarkowski for another year.
Contract, I think.
Yeah. So, with Tarkowski, Michael Keane was linked to get moving away, but like having... Tarkowski and Branthwaite with really good centre partnership.
Yeah.
And I think if they can bring in... They have been talking about bringing in a new right back and a new left back because they just don't have them.
Yeah.
So...
I mean, who... Yeah,
they got Nikolenko on the left, and they got that. I got O'Brien as well, who's been playing on the right.
Yeah.
Patterson, who can play on the right, but that's about it, really.
Yeah, it's probably do need strength in there. No more Leighton Baines, the glory days.
Yeah, and Seamus Coleman is he's I think he's signed. Is he retired? I think he got a 1-year contract extension.
He was one of the best ever signings, I reckon. In terms of how much he cost and how good he was.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, we'll move on to Fulham. Again, not a lot coming out of Fulham either. Only notable ones I had really: Vinicius leaving and Williams leaving as well.
Sure, he'll resign.
But I mean, he'll end up going somewhere else, won't he, William? He's a bit of a journeyman.
Yeah, definitely.
He'll be going into Leeds.
Yeah. Okay, we'll move on to Leeds. I mean, I don't know why, but in alphabetical order, we've got 4 teams in a row now where there's just not a lot going on. Opinion. So Leeds, obviously newly promoted, they've finally got back up after a couple of depressing years in the Championship where they nearly did it. And
yeah, because Daniel Farke actually got... I think they were considering getting rid of him, weren't they?
Yeah, they were at one point. Yeah, but he's done the job.
And I thought, to be honest, and we'll come on to it later, so like some of the other promoted teams have clearly started forward thinking by making signings early on, but Leeds haven't done much really. They've signed a defender called Bijol from Udinese. I think that cost about 15 million. But to be honest, I don't know too much about him. Don't know how good he is, but
it's basically the Welsh team, isn't it? Leeds.
Well, yeah.
Welsh Mafia, yeah. Doing Rodon at the back.
Daniel James on the wing.
They've signed Lucas Nemecha, right? And I know about Lucas Nemecha because he played for Middlesbrough for a bit. I think he was an academy graduate from Man City, and he came to us, and he was absolutely rubbish. And then I think he went out to Wolfsburg or something, or it was one of the German teams anyway. I think he did okay, but yeah, Leeds have signed him on a free, and my experience seeing him play for Middlesbrough, I'm like, do you know what? Have him. I know he didn't sign him from us, but I'm like, that to me doesn't scream like that's going to be an amazing signing. And the other thing from Leeds, they've released Junior Firpo as well. He used to be a Barcelona star, but now he's a free agent. So.
I thought they might have kept him.
Yeah.
But I think Leeds clearly have work to do if they want to try and
start. I think they need to strengthen, and I think that might be what Daniel Farke fell down when he went up with Norwich. Yeah. Just recruitment, just struggled because they bought him. Yeah, you probably couldn't name me a Daniel Farke signing for Norwich because they aren't that notable, and I think that's got to be better.
It is a risk though for these teams that are coming up now. It's like, do you?
Look at Ipswich. Look at Ipswich spend all that money, and they went down.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So do you risk it buying all these players for big sums? Or do you try and spend cleverly?
Yeah, try and tread water.
Yeah. I mean, I think they've got a lot of backing though, Leeds, because they're now owned by the San Francisco 49ers.
I thought they were owned by Red Bull.
Red Bull, isn't it?
No, I think the 49ers have got a big share in Leeds anyway. So they've got a lot of money.
Someone fact check us because we are quite often wrong.
Yeah, well, that's what we're for. That's our USP.
It could well be both, so they'll have even more money than we thought. But I think they're well backed.
I could have sworn they were sponsored by Red Bull. What was that? Bit of
bit of dandruff. It's a bit of dust falling on my head.
Yeah.
This isn't TalkSport, is it? Bloody hell.
So we'll move on now to Liverpool.
Liverpool,
current champions of England.
It's an odd time to be a Liverpool fan, isn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, we'll come on to some of the other stuff later on, but yeah. Firstly, absolutely romped the league, didn't they? And I think because of that, it's allowed them to go on and sign all of these really good.
Because
players.
they spent, I think, 10 mil on Chiesa.
Yeah,
and that was it.
That was all they spent last year. So
I know they signed that Marmadashvili last year, but kept him at Valencia. For a year.
So I think that's a good sign as well. From when I've seen him in
he's cracking.
The Euros.
Yeah, he's cracking keeper.
He's Georgian keeper, isn't he?
Yeah. And he's not old, is he? Mid-20s.
Yeah. He's like a really good backup, and obviously they've got rid of Kelleher, so it looks
and Alisson's not going to be there forever. He's in his early 30s now, so he's got a few years left. But there's always talk about him leaving, isn't there?
Marmadashvili, whatever he's called. I've probably said that wrong, but yeah, he looks like he could be the successor then when Alisson does leave.
Yeah, well, obviously they've spent the most on a single player, I think, in
English football.
Over 100 million, isn't it?
116 million.
Big price tag, big pressure.
Has anyone in the Prem spent over 100 mil on a player?
I think.
Jack Grealish was 100.
Grealish was 100 million from Villa to City.
Yeah,
but still, it's a big.
It's a lot of money,
isn't
it?
For one player.
He's meant to be the bomb. I've seen him play a few times, 22, 21, and he's just fantastic.
He's good for Germany.
Won the league with Leverkusen last season. Plays for Germany.
Yeah.
First name on the team sheet.
Some of the goals I've seen him score for Germany, man, he looks like a really exciting talent.
Very, very good.
He's going to be brilliant. I think he's just going to slot in behind. Behind. Yeah, of course. But I think that they had like Szoboszlai last season. They had but they didn't really have a fix. That number 10 sat in behind whoever their striker's going to be. I think Liverpool are going to be missing a striker this season if they don't invest. Because obviously Darwin Núñez has been approached by Napoli for 40, 45 mil.
Right.
Yeah.
And what we're going to talk about later is what happened. So there is a gap at Liverpool for a striker.
And that could be interesting to see how they get on, given
he could do a Firmino job when Klopp was there. So it will be interesting to see if they buy a striker. I think they should.
Yeah.
Obviously they signed Kerkez as well.
40 odd million.
There's a rumour that Robertson's going to leave.
I don't think he'll leave.
Replace him, but
I think
he wants to stay.
With Kerkez being younger, quite considerably younger.
Yeah. It's Tsimikas who probably needs to think about his game time.
Yeah, Tsimikas, I can see him leaving.
Yeah. And obviously the big one that's left Liverpool is Trent.
Yes.
Yes, of course.
There was a lot of controversial, that wasn't there?
Yeah.
Funny as well, in his press conferences, seems to speak fluent
Spanish, so he probably knew he was going for a long time.
I think it's been pre-agreed for a long, long time.
He's just been rinsing Duolingo.
He was going before Jurgen went.
He said, I'll come as long as you pay for my subscription to Duolingo. Yeah.
Like gold badge.
But Real Madrid ended up paying 10 million, didn't they? Because it was free, but they wanted him before the Club
World Cup.
Yeah, compensation package, wasn't it?
It's a good signing of mine for Real Madrid.
Haven't they brought in Frimpong, though?
Yes. Frimpong
to replace him with Conor Bradley there as well.
Also from Bayer Leverkusen, which does make me worry a little bit about Bayer Leverkusen.
Well, Ten Hag's gone there, hasn't he?
Well, exactly.
No, I don't think Ten Hag's the problem. I think Manchester United might be the problem.
Yeah. To be fair, quite a few people have said that, past and present, that have been to Man United. It's not necessarily...
It's not the people, I think it's the club.
Yeah. It's just
which we can talk about soonish.
Who else? Kwanzaa's went the other way to Leverkusen.
Yeah,
35
That's quite a random signing.
That's quite a big sign.
It surprised me a little bit, the fee especially.
Yeah. He's not played that well this year. I've seen him make quite a few mistakes covering for Konate. They don't have anyone else there now, do they? Joe Gomez, and that's it. They're going to have to buy a centre-back.
They've just got rid of... I know he was never really much of a Liverpool player either, but Nat Phillips has gone to West Brom, so he was another centre-back.
Yeah, they got Virgil, who's 33, 34, and Konate, and then they got Joe Gomez, who's never fit. Who else they got centre back?
Yeah, I think that's why Kwanzaa going is quite a strange move to me.
Yeah,
they must. That's 35 million. They can probably invest into someone.
Yeah,
Lascelles has left Newcastle. I'm sure they can maybe
get him on a free.
Pin him in.
Yeah. Also, rumours are Luis Diaz is out the door as well.
Yeah, it's a strong rumour, isn't it? Barcelona, again, who've got no money but can still sign players.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense. I'm not being rude by checking my phone, by the way. I may have a delivery for us as we continue to talk about...
well, maybe they'll use the Ferran Torres money.
Yes, quite possibly, yeah. But then, obviously, they had Dani Olmo and...
because that was
strange goings on at
Barcelona have dipped a bit, but
I've
then they go win the league.
I've heard now if you go to Barcelona, rather than paying you, they offer you a year's premium subscription to Spotify.
I am just very, very quickly going to leave the pod in your capable hands, of course, because we've had a delivery of more lights.
Okay.
So to be very meta, I'm going to go and get lights for the podcast space.
Okay.
That we're currently in. It'll be 2 minutes.
Crack on. You're going to miss all the good stuff. We're talking about City and Man United.
Oh dear.
Okay, well, Dan, it just looks like it's back to me.
Sorry, I'm the glue that holds this pod together.
Like the glory days. So firstly, when talk about De Bruyne leaving Man City, I think that's... I mean, I knew his time would come to an end at some point, but for him to go to Napoli on a free, I think that surprised me a little bit.
It seems like a running theme with all these kind of things that are going on is that if you get to 33 in the Premier League, you're deemed not good enough.
Yeah.
And I'm a bit like, it's a bit harsh.
He could still do a job.
I think De Bruyne could still do a job.
Yeah.
And I think maybe, because people have said, haven't they, like Pep, is he a one-trick pony a little bit? We'll have to see this season if he can rectify some of the mistakes. He didn't have Rodri, so he failed.
Yeah.
And his third is not a failure in my opinion, but in Pep's eyes he's failed. It does get to me a little bit when they're sort of like, oh, he's 33, he's too old. When he's going to apparently Napoli, the Serie A champions, think he's good enough. I don't know. Yeah, I think there's this real bad ageism going on in the Premier League a little bit.
It's also like we've had players leave to go to the Italian league and they've absolutely dominated.
Look at Scott McTominay.
Yeah,
Lukaku.
So McTominay's going to be working with De Bruyne now,
Scott McTominay and De Bruyne in the middle of the park.
To see that link up.
Billy Gilmore.
Yeah, Man City and Man United playing together.
Yeah, and Chelsea.
Obviously as well, City have signed a few really good players, but for me, really alarmingly low prices as well.
This is always the case with Man City.
City seem to do it every year, and I'm like, what?
There's got to be something going on there. There has to be.
Do they have like something over every other team or something?
Yeah,
like,
do they? Yeah, dirt.
Some backhand or deal or something.
Because look at Chelsea spending 60 on João Pedro.
Right, so I'll go through. I'll list them now with the prices, which to me really low. Aït-Nouri 36.3.
Yeah, because Aït-Nouri I'd say is just as good as Kirkez and has gone for cheap.
Yeah,
or cheaper.
And then we got Rayan Cherki, right? Who was touted to be one of the best players in Europe not so long back. Liverpool wanted him.
Just done really well for Lyon.
Yeah.
Gets in the French team.
And, I've seen him play. He is really good.
Top player.
He's got, real flair about him. And what's he got? 34 million?
Florian Wirtz, similar kind of player-ish.
And I know, obviously, Wirtz is, younger than Cherki, but, that's, 70-odd or 80-odd million cheaper.
Yeah.
And, really, in terms of standard, they're probably not far off each other.
Yeah.
And then you got that Reinders from AC
I know, and
Milan.
he's an absolute brilliant player, Reinders.
I mean, he looks like, to sort of be, not the backup to Rodri, but another player that can do Rodri's job. Yeah. It was evident last year, obviously.
They bought that lad, didn't they? I can't remember his name now, that centre midfielder.
Gonzalez,
yeah, that's it. They bought him in. I think Reinders can probably sit in the middle and kind of roam a bit more like an 8.
Yeah.
You watch him play for Netherlands. Reinders is really good. He gets in the box really well. Yeah. And I think that that lad, what was it, Rodriguez? Who did you just say?
Gonzalez.
Yeah. Sorry, yes, my bad. City in it. With Rodri and Gonzalez, obviously Rodri may not have to play every game if Gonzalez is in there. I think City's issues, and again to the Club World Cup, they got beat, didn't they, by Al Hilal?
Yeah.
And it looks like they're going to struggle defensively again.
Well, I think that Al Hilal game, no disrespect to them, but for me, I thought, how is City conceding 3 goals to Al Hilal? So for me, it's clearly evident that City have defensive issues.
And they bought that young Georgian kid in the January.
Christ, no, he's not Georgian.
Oh, Uzbekistani.
Yeah, because he was the first one to play in the Prem, wasn't he?
And they bought that other lad from South America, but it's like they're young. They're going to have 2 or 3 years before they're solid.
I don't think Ruben Dias is quite the same player he used to be.
John Stones doesn't look like he's on it at the moment.
Thing is,
Ake.
I think when you have John Stones fit, he should be starting every game for me. But the problem is he's not always fit.
Yeah,
so.
I think they need a better left back so Gvardiol can move into the centre.
Yeah,
because he's a cracking centre back.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he's playing out in left back by default, really, because no one else can play there.
And he's playing well. Don't get me wrong, but
and he chips him with a few goals. Maybe that's why he's playing there. But...
Yeah. Well, they've got Eight Nori now, who's a left back. Yes. So maybe that is the plan.
Yeah, you would think so. And to be fair to them, like what I have seen from them in the Club World Cup, they've all seemed to have done pretty well.
Yeah.
Eight Nori's looked good. Sheikh, he's looked good. Reinders looked decent as well.
Yeah.
Phil Foden's also started scoring again for Man City, which
is good. For English football.
It's just strange how he had like such a really good season the year before, won Player of the Year, and then the season after he barely plays.
I did hear inklings of him having a bad sort of time in his personal life. And we have to remember these guys are with their people.
Yeah,
if I was having a bad time,
people first. And
if I was having a bad time, I may not be the best, like the most easiest person at work. I might just dip off 5-10%.
Yeah,
and that kind of pressure they've got and all that kind of limelight.
Yeah, they're always under the spotlight.
And I think like people like Marcus Rashford probably are like victims of that as well.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll move on swiftly to your nearby neighbours.
Yeah.
And your beloved team, Manchester United.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can talk about these for a long time.
Beloved.
Who do you want to talk... In fact, I'm annoyed Tom's gone, right? Because I wanted, firstly, to talk about the big money signing of Cunha.
We discussed this, didn't we, when it happened?
62.5 million.
Yeah.
So my question to our pod listeners, if there is any, is he worth 62 million? I think yes. You think no. Tell me why.
So, it's difficult. Now, since we spoke about it, when we first spoke about it, or when it happened, what's it now? We're talking 2, 3, 4 weeks now.
Yeah.
I did say I didn't think he was worth that money.
Yeah.
Now, I've seen other players being bought for similar amounts of money, and now I'm thinking
bargain.
Yeah, apart from Man City's, whatever, they're kind of putting their
the Man City anomalies, aren't they?
Directors of football in chambers and beating them until they give them a lower sort of like João Pedro 60-odd mil, same price as Cunha.
For me, Cunha's
I would, as if United bought João Pedro for 60 million, I'd be fuming.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's my point. And, he's been consistently good for Wolves since he came in last year. I think he had his best season ever in the Prem with 18 goals.
Yeah.
And he clearly has, the flair and the skills to do well at United.
Yeah, I did read that he was the best walker in the Premier League.
He covered the least amount of ground.
Yeah, he walks the most.
Per 90.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So, if we ever want to do walking football,
Man United will be on top ball. What's scary for me? What's scary for me is that we've obviously been in Cunha, and he's obviously going to play him in that kind of 10 to the left, and you're going to have 2 10s, a hybrid between an 11 and a 10, that kind of front three that are squeezed a little bit in your Amorim system.
Yeah.
Is that Garnacho, Rashford, Sancho, they're all kind of on their way out, and there are players who are playing in those positions. I know Ahmad is back, and so our ideal front three at the moment with the squad is Cunha on the left, Ahmad on the right, and then potentially Højlund up top, or Xerxes. I would go Højlund, but Xerxes seems to be favoured. But then who's left?
Yeah,
who plays there after that? Fernandes can do a job there, but Mason Mount, but he's done nothing. He's got a big season.
Yeah. Well, I think in Man United, it's got to be a big rebuild this summer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like you said, Rashford might be on his way out. I think Garnacho could be on his way out. There's talks of Mbuemo coming in.
Yeah, again, that's a
But that was like what 60 odd million
65,
again?
I think they're not budging from.
I think Mbuemo had a good season. I don't know whether he's worth quite
65. Yeah,
he did score.
He did
score about 18 goals or so as well
did.
himself.
It just
him
seems
and Wissa for Brentford were really good.
It just seems like history's repeating itself when we're spending big money on players that might not be worth that money.
Yeah.
And look where they got us.
I mean, you're also linked with Gyökeres naturally because of Amorim,
but he doesn't look like he's going to United.
Which says a lot, I think, that a player who's played under that manager scored 50-odd goals and he still doesn't want to go to Man United.
Would you want to go to United?
Well, I wouldn't go.
Gary Neville famously said it's a graveyard for players. So
yeah, absolutely.
It's
the problem is they finished 17th. There's no getting it. No, not 17th.
16th,
15th.
Yeah,
15th.
Yeah.
But still, like this is Man United. Like when I was a kid.
Can you imagine Man United finishing there 10 years?
When I was a kid,
12 years, 13 years ago.
Pretty much every single game. Like when I got to watching matches there, Man United
always first, yeah.
And they would always win by like 2-3 goals.
Yeah.
A couple of players that have left United. We've got Ericsson out the door, Lindelof.
Yeah.
Johnny Evans retiring.
But he's become the
coach,
new loans manager. So he manages all the loans and like the development of the young players.
Does that mean loans for the senior squad as well? Or
I assume so. Any loans player making sure they're going to the right club, making sure that club is going to hit those targets.
Almost like a welfare officer, I guess, for those.
Yeah, in a way, just making sure that because we obviously have a big academy.
Yeah.
So having all those players go out, we've got to make sure, keep an eye on them. If they're all doing the right, these clubs are hitting the certain amount of appearances we have in those loan conditions, or if they're getting amount of time. There's lots of fees if they don't play, they get and so all that contract stuff and development. They've done it because Evans is Man United.
Yeah, he's been there a while.
He is Man United, and he's also so.
Oh, we have a guest back. Here he is.
All right.
The Jibber.
Yeah, my bad. Safe and sound.
Nice. We were just talking about Man United.
Right.
Quick question. Cunha, do you think he's worth it?
No.
No? Okay.
I don't think he is.
Well, so Dan's retracted his statement and he thinks he maybe is worth it now based on player sales from other teams like João Pedro.
Yeah, I mean, that is the transfer market, but
it's nuts. I mean,
I just don't think he scored some great goals and he was Wolves' best player, but is he Man United standard? I don't think
did Wolves finish on the same points?
Better than
maybe Man United and Wolves are the same standard. Fair point.
I mean, did anyone score 18 goals for United last season?
No. Bruno Fernandes might have come close.
Yeah, but that's Bruno. He's not even a striker.
No, exactly.
But that's my thing. If you had someone to bounce it into, like Cunha, maybe them two could bounce off each other.
I think Cunha likes to play a little deeper, doesn't he? Likes to have a free role behind a striker.
Yeah,
that's why he played really well with Strand Larsen, because Strand Larsen's that real solid man in the middle.
And this is evident. You do still need a centre forward, in my opinion. So, but no one wants to come to United, so
yeah, that's what we're saying. No one wants to go there.
Kind of fucked, aren't you?
No, I know you've been linked with Ollie Watkins, but I don't see that.
No,
why would you want to go there?
Why would you?
Leaving European football to come?
And if Matheus Cunha is that much money, how much is
Ollie Watkins worth
for Villa? Probably double it.
70, 80.
Yeah, at least double.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, we'll move on. Oh, actually, no. Sorry. Before we move on, there was something I heard on the radio earlier which surprised me a little bit. Apparently, Man United are looking into Jamie Vardy.
I heard that.
What do you think about that? Shows a lack of ambition, I think.
How the mighty have fallen.
Is this the only... I'm glad we got this on camera. I can't believe Man United are looking at someone like Jamie Vardy, who's been released from Leicester.
A relegated team.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, he was a great player for Leicester over the years.
10 years ago.
But come on,
he was
linked with higher ambitions.
No, I don't think there's any truth in that.
Linked with Wrexham and Man United.
Yeah, there's no truth in it.
You'd rather go to Wrexham,
Levels, yeah.
If I'm Jamie Vardy, I'm going to America.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, we'll move on to Newcastle, who've also had, I would say, so far, a pretty stuttering start.
I think it's probably quite frustrating for Newcastle fans.
Yeah. The only one, really, that we've all kind of heard about lately is Elanga, which
course, yeah.
massive
I think
price
it's on its.
tag.
I think it's on its way through as well.
55
Again,
million.
55. That's only 7 off Cunha.
That's what I mean. Like,
that is outrageous.
For me, don't get me wrong, Elanga was really good last season, but will he have that consistency? Because Cunha kind of did have that consistency, whereas Elanga's only really just had this one season.
Yeah, exactly. And I there's been times where he's not made it into the team because of like Hudson-Odoi, that Portuguese Jack Grealish.
So much money to spend on a unproven winger, really. Like, he's obviously had
and apparently
season,
United will get 8 million from that deal.
Oh wow!
Well, yeah.
So we can buy Jamie Vardy.
And then, they've signed, I think, a young lad called Cordero from Malaga. I think he's a young defender, I think 18-year-old. Don't know much about him. Callum Wilson out the door, which surprised me a little bit.
I think it's that whole ageism thing again. But the only thing is,
I know he was playing second fiddle to Isaac, right? But what are they going to do if Isaac suddenly breaks his ankle or something?
They need a backup. But while you left, Tom, I said that the Premier League has a bit of an ageism thing. As soon as you hit about 33, then you're kind of we're talking about Kevin De Bruyne and stuff like that. So as soon as you're kind of in that age bracket, it's like if your contract's up, then we don't want you.
Yeah, I think, and it's partly the intensity of the league, but also I think a lot of teams have seen what Matthew mentioned earlier about what Brighton do. When you sign these young obscure players and then train them well or get them to perform to a good level and then sell them on for outrageous money. That seems to be what a lot of teams have started to do now, I think.
Look at John Duran,
Exactly. Yeah, he was a prime example of Villa, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, it probably is an ageism thing, but whether Wilson...
I think it's an injury thing as well. The poor bloke's always injured, you know what I mean? You can't get away from it.
And it's going to be Champions League football for Newcastle. So
so he needs a little bit more quality and something reliable.
A lot of demands, a lot of games.
Yeah, with them having Champions League, they're going to need the depth though as well, aren't they?
Yeah,
I think they'll have to replace him. Maybe use his wages to get someone in younger.
Yeah. Yeah, time will tell. That Lloyd Kelly's went to Juventus.
I know. I didn't realize he was that good. But
piece of
it's
business,
a bit of a random. It's like when what was his name? That lad from Newcastle and Burnley went to AC Milan. The Irish guy, midfielder. Can't remember his name. But yeah, he went to AC Milan, and we were like, I was like, that's such a random.
Yeah, but watch this now. It wouldn't surprise me if this Lloyd Kelly ends up being unbelievable, because how many times now have we seen where there's been an English player that's went
gone abroad,
like Tomori, someone like that.
Yeah.
Who else has done it? I mean, we could talk about Bellingham, someone like that, right?
Yeah.
People going abroad, establishing themselves in a team that'll actually give them a crack, to play regular football.
Yeah, we'll get regular football.
Yeah.
Also, they're also linked with Jamie Vardy. So out with
to be
Callum
fair,
Wilson.
he's not a bad player to have a backup.
Oh no, absolutely. But it's
agent.
for me, why would you get rid of Wilson if you just got
Vardy's more durable, isn't he?
Can a Red Bull and a fag and he'll be all right. Forest, we'll move on to. I don't think they've done a great deal either in the transfer market.
No, they've just brought in that striker, haven't they?
Yeah, Igor Jesus.
Yeah,
from Botafogo.
He's done well at Botafogo, especially in the Club World Cup.
But I had a look. He only scored 9 in 37 games for them last season, so it's not massively prolific. But who knows? He's only young. I think
he's not old. Yeah,
they've got European football this year.
Yeah, could be Europa if Palace don't make it in.
Yeah,
because they'll be bumped up.
Conference League, haven't they? So that's good. That's really good for Forest.
I think
back in Europe.
Yeah, because they had Champions League, maybe, didn't they? They were in third for a while, and I think
it's
probably too far for them. I think conference is really, really a good level for them to go in and not get like Leicester had the Champions League, or West Ham had Europa. They just struggled with that 2 games a week, with travelling a lot, and I think Forest would struggle too. And I think because they've gotten rid of a couple of players, I think Harry Toffolo's gone.
Lewis
Moreno, Lewis
O'Brien
as well.
Lewis O'Brien's been linked to lots. He's been linked to Swansea City as well.
By the way, we had him, and I think his transfer fees rumoured to be like 5 million.
Yeah,
he's not worth that at all. He's not a bad player, but he's not 5 million.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll move on to the new boys, the Black Cats.
Your buddies.
Yeah, I wasn't best pleased when someone got promoted, but
they'll be 2 northeast clubs in there.
Yeah, the 2 smallest clubs as well.
2 out of 3 ain't bad. Meatloaf ones.
No, I mean, fair play to Sunderland. They probably deserved it in the end. They missed out the season before in the playoffs as well, I think.
I'm not going to lie. They're like one of the trailblazers for football documentaries, aren't they? Sunderland Till I Die.
Oh, that was class.
Yeah,
Class.
the Netflix program was
Class.
I think that was one of the best.
I think it's one of the best.
Yeah,
really,
better
Better
really
than the
good.
Arsenal one, better than the City one,
Oh,
better
yeah.
than the Spurs one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, there was Jeopardy, wasn't there? There was actually.
Yeah.
That bloke when he stuck on Adagio for strings for the walkout tune.
Yeah.
He was like, "What do you reckon to this?"
I love it when they were. I remember when they were like in for Will Grigg.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Will Griggs on fire.
Brilliant stuff.
And now they've broken their transfer record. I
Yes,
believe.
they have.
From Will Grigg to £30 million.
Yeah.
Habib
midfielders.
Diarra.
Diarra
30 million
from Strasbourg.
Yeah.
Isn't Strasbourg under the umbrella of Chelsea? Aren't they like a sister club to Chelsea?
Yeah, I think they're owned by
And
the
Liam
same-
Rosenwar is the manager down in Strasbourg.
Yeah. I think that might be right.
So they've also sold Bellingham as well. So they haven't really lost much money.
Yeah,
I think they've
I
sold
remember
Bellingham for the
About
same
30,
price.
wasn't it? About
Yeah.
29.
32 million they sold
32
Bellingham
was it?
for.
So they've sold him for the price they
Don't get me
paid
wrong,
for
right?
this,
So
lad from
obviously,
Strasbourg.
being a a championship fan, I guess through Middlesbrough, I've seen Bellingham a lot, but I'm like, is he only getting that transfer because of his brother? I'm not, because I don't think he is as good as his brother.
He's good. I watched him play for Sunderland in the playoffs last season, and obviously a little bit the season before and last season. I like him, I do, but like you said,
Is he as good as?
if Jude didn't exist, would Joe Bellingham be getting a move to Borussia Dortmund for 32 million?
Yeah, and is it? I think there's a lot of people who are saying the same thing because it's Dortmund, and that's what Jude Bellingham did.
Yeah,
he joined Dortmund.
Give
from
it a few
Birmingham.
years, it'll be at Real Madrid as well.
Yeah, potentially.
and the Bellingham brothers running them. Oh,
Potentially.
I can't even talk about it.
At least though, Bellingham's father can leave Sunderland in the end.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sure, I'm going to get pelters for that, but I've been to Sunderland.
To be fair, I haven't, so I can't make that judgment.
Nor have I, to be fair.
But Sunderland, yeah, they signed Enzo Lefebvre, who was like really pivotal for them last season. 20 million from Roma, so I mean, probably worth it in the end. He was, massive in terms of their promotion push last season.
Yeah, they got from last year.
And then they've signed a player called Siddiqui as well, for 17.5 million from Union Saint Gilloy.
Yeah.
So they're spending.
Yeah, and this is what I'm saying in comparison to like Leeds, who've barely spent anything.
They've got Jack Harrison back.
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? I think like Sunderland have got it's like a statement of intent, isn't it?
Yeah,
It can go one way or the other, though, can't it?
Yeah, it could be like Ipswich. Yeah.
Yeah, we take any kind of allegiance hats off because I'm not keen on Leeds, but out of the 3 teams that have come up, I think I'd like to see Sunderland do well. I like Sunderland as a club. I like that they've come back from League where they went to a dark place, didn't they?
I'm trying to think who I hate more.
League One's not that dark. So.
For Sunderland,
who I hate more out of Leeds, Sunderland, and Burnley, because I think as a Borough fan, you've got rights to hate all of them. I
think Burnley will be all right. I think if Scott Parker got sacked from Bournemouth last season, didn't he? Or season before, because he just didn't shut his mouth and said what he thought he should say. He said what? No, he just said no filter to the press, and that's why he lost his job. I hope he's learned from that because he's done a decent job at Burnley. I think they conceded like 20 goals, wasn't it?
Yeah,
23 goals.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Stupid amount.
No one could score against them. We'll move on anyway because I realise we're rambling quite a bit on this.
And I also hope they keep hold of James Trafford, but he looks like he's going to Newcastle.
Right. Yeah, he's a decent goalkeeper actually, isn't he? Anyway, we'll move on to Tottenham under the new management of Tom
Frankie.
Genuinely keep forgetting he's gone there, to be honest.
Yeah, there's not, again, loads to talk about with Tottenham or nothing like massive that you would make the headlines. Timo Werner's been released. I mean,
it's a shock.
He's not really cut in the Premier League, has he?
No.
Done really well
Don't
at
think
Red
he
Bull.
cuts it in Leipzig either.
He did at Leipzig, mind. Like in Leipzig, he was really good, really.
No, his second stint at Leipzig. That's when they let him go on loan.
Hoiberg's went to Marseille for 17 million. I think he's quite a solid player, to be honest.
Yeah, again, he's just an aging player, isn't he?
Yeah. Fraser Forster's left. I a decent goalkeeper. He's an absolute giant of a man, isn't he, as well? They've brought in fully that Kevin Danso.
I think he's a good signing.
Yeah, I think that's a good bit of business,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah,
20 million, I think it was.
The lad from Bayern Munich, wasn't it?
Tell.
So their
This
loans
one,
they've
he
made
didn't do a lot though,
permanently.
did he?
Oh,
No,
this one, I'm
quite surprised by
Matthias
that.
Tell, because weren't United after him as well?
Yeah, a lot of people asked him.
Wasn't it a lot of money though, like 50 odd million?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like
Quite
maybe
surprised
that's a
they've
bit
signed
better that it's 29 odd million. But
Still, he needs to prove that, doesn't he?
he hasn't
Didn't
really
do
done a lot,
anything.
has he?
No.
Like nothing for me that says
He did more in the
player.
press than he did on the pitch.
Yeah, and then Reguilon, I can't even say it. Reguilon's been released.
Yeah.
Who knows where he end up?
Oh, it could be anywhere.
Solid player.
Could
Could
be
probably do a
anywhere.
job for somebody.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be too surprised if I see him in like a higher end championship team. You know, maybe
Yeah, I think he'd get a better deal abroad in
a better
Spain.
deal.
Like, I think he could go
Listen, the
play for a
Championship's not a good
top
league.
club in Spain.
Probably stay in London.
A top club in Middlesbrough.
Is that who you want him to go to?
No, Christ. He wouldn't fit in. The culture's not there for him.
It's too much rain.
Unless he likes a chicken parm or...
Yeah.
So we'll move on to West Ham. So a lot of outgoings for West Ham and not a lot of incomings.
A bit like Everton, really, isn't it?
Yeah, but a lot of players that I think were kind of in and around the first team.
Yeah, and they've not
surprised
really been
me.
linked with anyone either. At least
Yeah.
Everton have been linked with people, but they've not been linked to too many people.
That's what surprised
Bit
me.
worrying,
West
you know.
Ham are like, a big club really when you think about the fan base.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised that they've let Cresswell go, Fabianski, Kufal, Danny
Ings is
Ings,
going, isn't he?
Ferguson
Yeah.
went back to Brighton.
The cat kit has gone.
Yeah, Zuma, I've got him on here.
Cat kicker.
But I think
kicker.
they struggled last year when Graham Potter came in. It was all hyped that they were going to probably get Europe, and there was a real kind of big positivity around them this time last year, and then they really didn't do anything at all. So I'm wondering if
And
he's
they've
not got the pull to join. Like they didn't really win.
But they've not
anything.
bought anyone to fit in Potter's kind of play,
Yeah, or whether again have they financially stuck? I don't really know how West Ham are run, obviously, but it just seems like it was all this time last year all very positive, but then 12 months on it's all quite negative. It's like gone completely the opposite way.
It's that age-old saying in that the grass isn't always greener.
Yeah.
Got rid of Moyes.
Oh, they should never have got rid of Moisey.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. Wolves, they've released Sarabia. Obviously, Cunha's left. Brought in Strand Larson.
Yeah, I think
it's a good bit of business.
I like
really.
him. He's got a really good attitude.
He's grown on me. I didn't like at first. I thought, is he really any good? But he started chipping in with goals towards the end of the season.
I like him.
He reminds me of proper old school number 9
Yeah.
as well. Just
Big,
big.
He works
strong,
hard.
isn't
He
he?
gets
Yeah.
himself in places, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And his attitude he just seems like a really positive human being.
And then obviously they've sold Ait Nouri as well for mega money.
Yeah, so big players have gone.
Um,
Cunha and Ait Nouri. That's
so they've got
two
what
big
100
players.
million, so they could reinvest.
They should
that.
reinvest that
Yeah.
money.
I'm sure they will. Because
Yeah.
that's two big names. To
I'm
be
pretty
leaving,
sure
isn't it?
Craig Dawson got released.
Yeah, but they were probably the biggest players, weren't they? Ait Nouri and
Definitely.
Cunha. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens there. Is there any other transfers you want to mention, like worldwide? The only few I could think off the top of my head, Pogba's back.
Oh yeah,
Pog back
twat.
at Monaco, but
Yeah.
I've seen he made a little dig at United as well when he moved there. He's basically telling every player not to go to United because
But he's not wrong, is he?
he's not wrong, but it's quite controversial to see a player say that so publicly.
Yeah, he's very well. He likes the limelight, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
Luka Modric was one for me,
yeah,
Matt.
yeah. I've got him on my list as well.
Bit of a surprise.
Yeah, he's a bit of this past few months. He's now a shareholder in Swansea City, and he'll be playing for AC Milan.
Yeah, I mean, massive club again.
Yeah,
And he's still quality. He's what, 38?
he'll still do a job.
No, I
over
think
there.
he's about 40 now.
40,
Isn't he?
39, 40, yeah, something like
So
that.
he's still a very, very good player, and obviously AC Milan top level Champions League still.
Have you seen his calves, man? They are absolutely massive.
He's
It's
such
like,
a
you
good
think
player.
Jack Grealish has calves, you want to see Modric. The only other one that I stood out to me, that Borja signs from Norwich, who
He was
if you watch
quite
the championship.
thought well of, wasn't he?
I think he was one of the top scorers in the championship, and he scores some worldies as well. But he's went to Porto,
Yeah.
on
Oh,
a
wow.
permanent transfer. So I think that's a good move for him, and he probably deserved that as well. But
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Any else that you can think of before we move on?
Yeah, no, not. I mean, there are obviously lots of players moving around in different leagues, but there's no real massive transfers at the moment, are there? The Williams nearly went to Barcelona, didn't he? But now he's signed a new massive contract at Bilbao.
Yeah. Didn't they paint over his mural or something? Or paint a new mural of him? Anyway.
Yeah, they because he was on personal terms. He had agreed to personal terms, but for whatever reason, I think, obviously Barcelona's financial situation at the moment, and I think they tried to say, look, like when we were joking about Spotify, but I think they were trying to really trying to bend how he would get paid, and and I think he just was like, no, this doesn't seem right. Yeah. And also, I think he might have. There was that's right. He may not have been registered, like Dani Olmo had that whole register thing. Oh. And they Williams had in his contract, it said that if he's not registered, you owe him this amount of money. Right. And they were like, well, we can't guarantee that we'll register him. So they were like, we can't keep that clause. Yeah. And they were like, well, we're not going to come to you. And if you don't get registered for Barcelona,
then... just sounds a lot of dodgy dealings over in Barcelona, doesn't it? And for me, as a player, you wouldn't want that. You'd want assurances, wouldn't you?
Well, look what happened to Dani Olmo, He nearly didn't play for them for half a season. Mm.
I wouldn't want that risk of, I know they're a big club now, but I would want assurances that I'm going to get paid every week.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Okay, so, since we are a podcast in Wales, we will do a little roundup of the Welsh football teams as well. I'm going to talk a little bit about Borough first, though, as well.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, what's going on about it?
Obviously, since we last done our podcast, Michael Carrick was in charge of Borough. Got sacked at the end of the season after missing out on playoffs yet again, and it seems like it's the same old cycle over and over again.
Maybe they're just not that good.
Yeah. Well, again, I think you could only point the finger so much at a manager, in my opinion. But the problem is, I think, is he didn't seem to show any emotion in his post-match interviews and stuff, and fans really want to feel the emotion of the manager, and he was always just very blasé about anything, whether it was win or lose. I think we just wanted a bit more, passion from him, and I think that's now what we're getting a little bit with Rob Edwards. I know we haven't kicked a ball under him yet, but all of his videos and press conferences, he seems to really understand that's what the fans want.
He's a big man as well, isn't he, Rob Edwards? He's a cracking looking bloke.
Can I just say, my missus has suddenly took an interest in Middlesbrough
Football Club.
Wonder what that could be.
Sounds like a manager in the Championship, do you?
Yeah. It's like, he's not that good looking. Show me another picture of him. Oh, yeah.
Obviously did very well at Luton. To be honest, when Wales were being linked to Craig Bellamy, I would have liked Rob Edwards.
Yeah.
Obviously, Bellamy's doing very well, but at that time, I thought he'd be a good fit for Wales. Just like you said, Matthew, he just seems to understand the fans.
Yeah.
He's very positive, very intelligent guy.
As well, he wants to amend, what happened with Luton in the end. So he did really well getting them up.
Yeah,
but
and he's got Prem experience now.
So he's been in the Prem, and obviously they come back down. He's felt the heartache of that. I think he wants to make amends for that.
Yeah, I think you need to be patient with him, I think, a little bit. If you don't quite make it next season, be patient with him. Because he's learning on the job as well.
He's signed a 3-year contract as well, so...
He's learning on the job.
But like you said, he's got the experience of promotion. Michael Carrick didn't. So Rob Edwards knows how to do it.
So we've got a couple of players that have left. Illing Jr.'s went back to Villa. Back to Villa. Ben Doakes went back to Liverpool. They were... Ben Doak was really good for us until he got injured.
Yeah, they're hopefully going to...
Iheanacho, Christ, I'll pack his bags and take him back to Sevilla because he was shocking for us. I know we let Lath leave for 27 million. Great business for us, but...
Where is that money?
He's absolutely flopped over there.
Has he?
I think he hasn't scored in 13 games now.
Oh, wow.
He's taking home 77 grand a week. And I was like, no wonder he wants to leave Borough, but... I mean, we're the ones laughing in the end because he's doing rubbish over there. Tom, I'll let you take the Wrexham segment if you want.
Well, just one more thing on Borough, sorry. Has Rob Edwards bought anyone yet?
No.
That's the one thing, isn't it?
We have. This is the one thing. So we haven't been linked with hardly anyone, really. Couple of soft links to Luton players. I think we've brought in like an under...
Tate Chong.
An under 23 player. We linked to Alfie Doughty and no transfer, so I'm a bit worried about that.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, moving on. Well, if you want to talk about the newly promoted Wrexham,
so of course the historic back 3 promotions in a row, which has never been done before. Transfer business wise, obviously they've got Ryan Hardy in from Plymouth, which is probably a stupid bit of business. Knows the league, scored some goals.
Yeah.
So I think that's quite a good signing. Obviously they've let the absolute legend that is Paul Mullin go on loan to Wigan. Obviously I can't make every home game. A number of my friends are season ticket holders, and they are absolutely heartbroken that he's leaving.
He is a bit of a legend down there, though.
He is an absolute. I mean, he's
a
big reason why 3 promotions have happened. Maybe found out a little bit last year, but obviously Phil Parkinson thought so. So he's gone, but only on loan. He might come back. Hopefully he'd come back. So yeah, it's quite quiet, but I think there's I think the thing with Wrexham now is because they've been so successful, and obviously the documentary, the global spotlight, they're being linked with everybody.
Yeah.
Anybody's anybody, left, right, and centre.
It's a bit. They're a bit like the Championship, or they will be like the Championship version of Chelsea. Like everyone knows they have this kind of backing.
But what I would say is that I think Wrexham are doing it differently to Chelsea. Chelsea are just fucking going for it with the money, whereas I think Wrexham are being very clever in the way that they're purchasing their players.
They always have been, and I think that's why they've been successful, because they have really left the footballing stuff to Phil Parkinson than the football people.
And they've not gone out of their way to buy names. They've not gone out of their way to sort of, in my opinion anyway, but what I really like about Wrexham is that they've bought players that are quality players for those leagues.
Yeah.
And then Parky's got them playing really well, playing better than they probably are.
Yeah, and I think
moving them on again.
The other signing that they've made on to that point is Danny Ward on a free.
That's
Danny
a really
Ward is from Wrexham.
Big international player as well.
Plays the thing for Wales, played in the Championship Premier
goalkeeper
League.
Now was Okonkwo. Okonkwo. They're both crack. I think Okonkwo might even be better than Danny Ward.
Oh yeah, he is. He is currently, but I mean, for Danny Ward to be Wales international Premier League experience from Wrexham, he's coming on a free, which is fantastic business. I think they're just being very astute, as you say, Dan. They're not throwing money at it, and they're picking the right players. So.
And I think a lot of people are saying that it's just like basically Marvel own the club, and it's like yes, you could argue that, but they are making like that. Is it that Tommy Smith? Is it that came in last season?
Sam Smith.
Sam Smith. He is really good. Jack Marriott's a really, really good signing.
So one was at Derby, Jack Marriott.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, and I think that they could go out their way, break the bank, like James McLean. They give him a chance, and he's been fantastic.
Yeah, he's now club captain.
Yeah, so they could have gone out and broke the bank, bought someone like Latte Lath or someone like of that caliber, slightly higher up than they are, with lots of money, 27 mil. But they've not. They've gone really clever. I think
you have to be clever with that, because say if you bring in this superstar on like mega money, then you probably upset the rest of the team if you suddenly have this megastar.
Well, look at Birmingham. They bought in that striker. What was his name? That 10 mil striker, Stansfield. That could have backfired, and everybody would be like, Birmingham are just spending stupid money on big players they don't need. Luckily, it didn't. But I think Wrexham didn't do that, and they've gone in and bought players that have just look at Steve Fletcher. He's been fantastic.
Yeah, he was superb. He's obviously left.
He's left now.
But I think, again, that's why it's worked, because Phil Parkinson knows what the squad needs. And, I know there's the chant about him, but he's just done it right. He's got like the togetherness. They've just gone up through the ranks together. And then, making astute and sensible signings. So I think, staying up is the goal, because they're expanding the stadium. If they can stay up with, more seats going into the racecourse, then I think the only way is up. But as you said, everyone kind of comments on it being Disney owned, but I think that's quite lazy. Lazy punditry, and it's jealousy from a lot of other fans, to be honest, because even though on the face of it it's Ryan and Rob, really they've done everything well.
And then the amount of them being the face of it, has created, not just created money, but it's created exposure.
Yeah, they're very clever.
Created sponsorship. Very clever men.
And it still doesn't make sense that it's happened to Wrexham.
Yeah.
It's still baffling to me.
I love it though. And
sometimes the right people are born at the right time and get, it all just aligns.
It's just strange how it all happened.
Before we move on from Wrexham, what are both of you, but especially you, Tom, what are your predictions? What do you think Wrexham will do this season?
I think they will stay up. I think they'll just solidify Championship next season. I think they'll be lower half of the Championship because based on last year, I think there's still teams up there that are worse than Wrexham. And I think they'll stay up. They'll do it.
I think a couple of seasons in the Championship is probably healthy for the club.
Yeah, I was a bit worried. Nothing's happened yet with this season, but that this promotion might have happened too soon.
Yeah.
But I think, again, with what Phil Parkinson's doing on the pitch, and in terms of the playing squad, I think they'll be all right.
And he's got experience in Championship, didn't he? He was at Bolton, so
which didn't go very well.
So no, but at the time, Bolton were in absolute tatters as a club.
So it's hopefully.
Well,
just onwards.
Let's hope that it doesn't come down to the final few games because who are you playing on the final day of the season?
Oh yeah, the mighty Borough at the racecourse.
We will try and go to. So
versus Middlesbrough.
We might not be friends after that.
That is a cracker. We should all try and get tickets. It'd be difficult.
Yeah.
Because of the amount of seats that are there, but we should all try and go up, and I'll wear my United top just
Yeah.
Because someone's got.
Well, we always said, me and Tom, we always said we'd try and get there. So I guess we'll do it in order of leagues, which is strange. So Wrexham are now first on this bill, I guess.
Yeah. Well, and the Swans, I guess.
Yeah. Well, there'll be a Welsh derby.
Swansea. We'll go to Swansea.
Be a Welsh derby next season still.
So for me, I think the Swans are probably out of the Welsh teams my favourite team. I grew up in Carmarthen.
Yeah.
So the closest team was the Swans. I was born in Newport, but as a kid, I didn't really know. But the Swans for me, I always keep an eye on the Swans and. It is really sad. I know Cardiff, obviously, we're going on to Cardiff, have done worse, but the Swans also, apart from Wrexham, Welsh football isn't doing that well club-wise. I know, the Swans got rid of Luke Williams, and they thought he would be really good, and he hasn't. What was that? A couple of managers beforehand, but they've brought in Sheehan, and I'm hoping he'll do better for the Swans.
Yeah, I think they're kind of doing a similar sort of thing in a way with what we said about Wrexham, in that they're kind of just stripping it all back and just kind of stripping back the egos. They're offering young players a chance, a young coach a chance.
Yeah, I don't think Swansea are too bad. On their day, that I've seen them, challenge with some really good teams, and I find them sometimes a bit similar to Middlesbrough. They always end up just about near the playoffs.
Yeah, they got close to the playoffs, didn't they? Towards the end of the season.
I think they've spent quite a bit of money this season so far. Anyway, well, they spent $6.5 million or something on a player called Anusa from Hacken.
Yeah.
Which in the Championship is quite a decent amount of money, $5 million.
Yeah. From the Swans as well, who famously don't have that much money.
And they brought in that Cameron Burgess from Ipswich,
which is a really good signing in my opinion.
I think
really good signing.
So
really good signing. They must. Lots of clubs must have been after him, so to be able to get him.
On the flip side, Harry Darling's gone. He went to Norwich. And Joe Allen's
retired.
I mean, that to come at some point, didn't it?
Yeah, he did well to do what he did. To be fair,
I think Swansea will be absolutely fine though. They'll probably be mid to maybe the higher end of the table.
And this Galbraith that's come from Leighton Orient have played really good brand of football, and they nearly did it over City, didn't they, in the FA Cup last season? But I think Galbraith is I know him because he's from United's youth setup.
Yeah.
Really, really good player, and he was one of those players that you could actually, when we play FIFA, you buy him as a youngster and he become really good. He was a player that you didn't...
Potential of 96 or something.
So I think the Swans, if they carry on with the business they're doing, I think the Swans are being really clever.
Yeah. Okay, we will move on to then, I guess, relegated. They had a shocking season last year.
Yeah.
Cardiff City, the city that we're recording this pod in right now.
Big news though, Gareth Bale in to buy them.
Yeah, Gareth Bale's trying to buy them, which is
again, 40 million bid he put in, didn't he?
As a consortium, wasn't it? It wasn't just Gareth Bale, but Gareth Bale was one of them.
So Cardiff
kind of the face
through
of
and
it.
through, isn't he?
Yeah.
Born here. But yeah, they had a pretty dire season last year, didn't they?
I never thought putting Aaron Ramsey as coach was ever going to save them.
But even he didn't really do so great as a player either, did he?
Well, he's gone to Mexico now, hasn't he?
They're on a bit of a spiral.
Well, interesting. I think he's the first ever British player to play for Pumas.
Pumas?
Yeah. Could be wrong, but I'm sure.
Because I think, what's his name? Oh, that youngster, Man United player. Oh, never hit the right potential. He's meant to be one of the best players ever, and he's just been a bit of a journeyman around. Ravel Morrison, yeah, he went to play in Mexico, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he might be the first.
No, but I don't know if he played for Pumas.
No, that's the thing. I think he might be the first British player to go and play for this club. I think there's something in it, maybe. I was thinking the other day, what do you think about this? I haven't said this to anyone. So I think he's gone there because his agent is the same as the manager of the club. But if we're lucky enough, Wales as a country, to get to the World Cup, the World Cup is being held in North America and Mexico.
Yeah,
right.
Do we think it might be Craig? Because Craig Bellamy has come out and said, "I'd like Aaron to do his coaching badges. I like Aaron having even if he wasn't playing, he was in and around the squad, helping with the coaching." Is it silly of me to think that it's been like a ploy from Bellamy to say, go over there, see what you can do, check out what the football's like. So if we get through, which is what Bellamy keeps saying he's doing, we're going to work out, and then you can have an idea of what it's like to be in Mexico.
Possibly, yeah.
So while he's there getting paid to play football, he's scouting out all these different, like the weather, the conditions, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because he's close with Bellamy, isn't he?
Yeah, he'd be based in that part of the world.
You get to know people, get to know good training camps,
potentially
facilities.
Yeah. So like he's a bit of an industry plant, is what
yeah.
I was like a man in the know. He's like, I've been out there. I know all about the Mexican football.
You know,
my Mexican contact.
Yeah.
El Ramsey.
El Rambo.
So Cardiff as well lost a couple of players. Callum O'Dowders went to some Turkish team. I'm not even going to pronounce them. Ferencvaros or something, I think they're called. Joe Rawls has left.
They've lost some big players.
Yeah, they're almost in a bit of a free-for-all.
Simic has went to Bundesliga 2. What's it? Eins Zwei. Bundesliga Zwei.
I didn't realise you just travelled as Tom.
Yeah. Done GCSE in German.
Blimey.
Didn't do very well, Omar Rizza, obviously he's been sacked as well. Which we've already mentioned. Barry Murphy's took over.
I never saw this coming.
He's a youth manager, was he?
He was at Man City under 23s.
Didn't he have a pop at management? He didn't do very well.
He was backroom staff with Ruud van Nistelrooy at Leicester.
Oh, at Leicester.
Oh, okay.
But importantly to note, he was part of the team who developed players like Morgan Rogers, Cole Palmer. So
maybe that's why Cardiff. Maybe they could have gone with someone who knows man to get out of that league.
It wouldn't surprise me if, because of that, if Cardiff sign a couple of Man City youngsters, maybe.
Yeah, so he's got the contacts, I suppose. Yeah.
Or maybe even Leicester City youngsters.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean,
it's a shame.
It is a shame. I mean, it's a bit of a shame for Cardiff itself,
Capital
as a
club
city as well.
Yeah.
I think it will kill the city a little bit. I kind of hope they come back up.
They weren't filling the stadium, the Championship either, were they? No. So they'll struggle with attendance. I think
they've been struggling and I think obviously a lot of people are railing against the ownership still. So I think maybe if Bale's consortium can get there over the line, that could be
It's tricky then because they're obviously
to push them back up. I think
this Barry Murphy's not been brought in by Gareth Bale, has he? So
right. Sorry to cut in, but we are going to have to swiftly move on.
Yep, let's do it.
Yeah. I mean, we need to wrap it up pretty fair pitch, I think.
We got Newport County as well. They've got a new manager. Which is David Hughes, former Man United under 23 or academy manager, something, wasn't he? They've brought in a few players.
They need to be better, don't they, Newport?
So they got rid of Nick Townsend, the goalkeeper. He's went to Eastleigh, I think, now in the National League. But they've brought in a keeper from, where was he from? Leyton Orient, I think. No, where was he from? From Northampton. Zaev. And then, like I said, they've got a few young players. We've got Matt Smith, midfield from St Johnston, and Jed Garner as well. So,
Yeah, so Matt Smith, former Wales international.
Yeah. That was a really good signing.
Could be very good for them.
County
really
as well struggled last year. Finished,
they really
what,
did.
22nd?
I think they finished just above the relegation zone.
Yeah,
Didn't
they were
they?
a few points clear, but I think they had
a big run of losses at the end of the season.
So
yeah,
they really struggled towards the end.
Hopefully, more positive next season.
Yeah, hopefully the fortunes change for the majority of the Welsh teams. Especially Cardiff and Newport.
Newport just need a solid one, and I think Cardiff really needs to start just playing some more positive football and get more positive results and see where that takes them next season. I think just to stabilise themselves and not spiral.
Okay, so we've talked about the Welsh, I guess, domestic football teams. Let's move on to quickly. We'll mention the Women's Euros, which is taking place right now as we sit here, or maybe later on tonight. Obviously, Wales played first against the Netherlands, and they lost 3-0 to it. To be fair, a strong Netherlands team.
Yeah,
very good.
I think Wales are the lowest seeded team in the tournament.
First time we qualified as well.
First time we qualified.
That in itself is amazing. That we've qualified. Struggled against the Netherlands again. Like you said, full of quality.
Miedema, she's
not even 100% fit, and she was fantastic.
Well, we're in the group of death, aren't we? We've got three of the best teams in Europe and the world.
England, Wales, England, France, Netherlands, all real powerhouses.
Top. So that means one big team is going out. Really,
England, former reigning champions. Netherlands have won it before that.
And the French look really good.
We play France this evening.
Yeah, because the French beat England, didn't they?
Yes.
France I'll mention
England, but that what's called Rod, I think, for Netherlands as well. She hit the bar and she hit the post against you as well.
I mean the Netherlands are very good. It probably could have been double the scoreline really. Wales did very well defensively.
The only real chance I seen you had was from a corner. It was like a neatly worked corner, and then I think your left back or something blazed it over the bar. But...
I've got that same feeling as when we were in the World Cup with the Welsh men. Is that I really wanted Gareth Bale to score because he helped get me. Jess Fishlock is the same for me.
She's got the mural painted
really,
on Cardiff,
I really hope that she can get something from the tournament, because she's towards the end of her career, in my opinion, and she's still a cracking player.
Well, who knows? After
she's the oldest player at the Euros, I think.
And I just think that it'd be really nice for her to kind of go away with that, maybe a point from or a win.
With England, obviously they lost the first game, which we'll come on to in a sec. But with England losing, who knows? Like that last game between England and Wales could be like a massive game.
To see who can go. Yeah,
that worries me a little bit as well because England Wales naturally because of the rivalry. It wouldn't surprise me if you got a draw or even nicked the result just because of that rivalry, and that might be the moment that the Welsh
could be. That'd be quite special for Wales, wouldn't it?
That'd be that's Sunday night that we play England. So. That's one for the calendars. That could be a very
we'll see. So
good
as
game.
we're recording this, it's Wednesday afternoon, and both England.
We never
and
know.
Wales play.
They played
England
today, don't they?
Played France, as Dan mentioned, and do you know what? We started off all right, and then I think we had a goal disallowed for a very marginal offside. I don't know if you've seen it. Beth Mead was maybe about this much offside.
Yeah,
for me, I don't even think you can tell at all. I mean, that's maybe me being biased. But Alessia Russo put it away and didn't count. And then Katoto, one of the best female players in the world at the moment, she scored down the other end. And then what was her name? Baltimore scored an absolute belter. She curled it into the corner as well. And then we scored a belter, to be fair, to make 2-1. And we put a load of pressure on. But I think the French team ultimately just looked better than us on the day. Yeah. And it worries me now we play Netherlands, who obviously...
Yeah, as I said,
really
Netherlands looked very, very good. They were just very good across the park.
And like you said, it's the group of death, isn't it? So
it is really.
It could... Tonight it could be over for Wales and England, who knows?
Yeah, I think England have got a couple of gears left in them, though. I think they can go up a couple of gears from what we know how they can play.
Holders, aren't they?
So
I think they've got it.
Even in the World Cup previous, after the Euros, England got the final of that, and then Spain pipped them in that. Didn't they?
I think England. I think in my opinion, I think they'll get a result tonight and make the group a bit
more. Yeah, well, generally, 4 points is roughly enough to get you through. So if you get a win and a draw against against Wales, God forbid, who knows? But we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fingers crossed.
And then finally, I guess we'll move on to the very kind of sad and touching news. I'm sure the whole footballing world heard about this, but Dioga Jota passing away last week in a car accident.
Alongside his brother, who was Andre Silva, also a professional footballer.
Very, very sad time for the footballing world, and I think it's one of the first times where I've seen a player actually pass away whilst he's kind of during the peak of his career.
For such a big club.
Do you know what I mean? I've not seen a player, especially
for such a big club.
Exactly. Definitely. Liverpool just won, and you think. I do feel a little bit for the Liverpool fans as well, because we also had that car accident which happened a few weeks ago
on the parade,
trophy parade. It just seems like with every high there's a low as well at Liverpool.
It'd just be interesting to see how Liverpool get on this season, because obviously that is such an unusual situation.
Like Dan was saying earlier, I didn't even cotton on. I didn't even think about Liverpool's striking options. Now a player like Jota's gone, and for me, I thought he was mega underrated. I thought he was
brilliant player.
Great player. When as soon as he was fit, I know he had a couple of injuries, but absolutely fantastic play. Obviously, we was at Wolves as well. So there's two clubs in the, and I think rightly so. We'll have lots of sort of tributes to him towards the beginning of the season with Wolves and Liverpool, and I think I think it just it makes you think that obviously we think football is our lives, but actually there's so many bigger things than football.
Well, it's like he's a person first, isn't he? And football second. And like when I started thinking about it, that's someone's son, someone's brother.
That family must be devastated.
And he just got married 10 days before.
Two sons, isn't it?
Terrible situation, but it's going to be a very strange one, as I say, for Liverpool and the squad. I think it's just going to be how are they going to?
Haven't Liverpool come out and said they've retired his shirt number now? I think.
The number 20.
They're also going to pay the rest of his contract to his family.
21 million to the family, which is a real nice gesture.
Yeah, that is a really nice gesture.
Strange circumstance.
Obviously, as well, Cardiff had the first Oasis gigs as well, so it was nice to see.
The
tribute from the
guys when they played Live Forever.
You were there, Tom, weren't you?
I was, lucky enough to be there, and they put up
really nice
a big picture of Jota during Live Forever. Yeah, I thought that was a very, very nice touch.
Yeah.
But obviously our condolences to all the friends and family.
Yeah, everyone associated to Jota.
That is all on this episode of this long-awaited episode of Datt Footy Pod.
Very long episode as well.
Yeah, very long episode. I'm sure our producer is going to kill us.
He doesn't like football.
But that is all for Datt Footy Pod, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
Yes, thank you all.
See you later.
But don't wanna die. Maybe I just wanna breathe.